What I have here tonight is a presentation. It's about SEO. Some of it's kind of little basics, so those of you that might have been doing this for a while, it might be a good refresher. But there's going to be also a lot of things that you might have forgot. So with that, typically when I talk to people about search engine optimization or internet marketing, I have a habit of using terms like SEO, PPC, and even people that have been doing this for some time, they scratch their head and, okay, what does that acronym mean? So these are just kind of some of the most common terms that you hear or that you would use in search engine optimization. Of course, what search engine optimization is that you're doing that black magic. It's not really black magic, but you're doing things to your website, and you're doing things off your website to increase your visibility on the internet. It could be anything from article writing to code on your website to having the right, keyword density doesn't mean much anymore, but just having the right flavor and mix, and hopefully you do it better than your competitors do, so you get better rankings than your competitors do. Pay-per-click advertising, you're basically bidding for terms. If you have enough money in your wallet, you could be number one. But you need to watch, because people actually, I don't want to say get killed doing internet marketing, but people get broke doing internet PPC advertising because they don't know how to do it properly. I've seen statistics that show that 85% of people that do pay-per-click advertising do not know how to do it properly, don't have a clue what a quality score means. In fact, at last week's class, workshop, I spoke a little bit about quality score, and people said, well, I've had an AdWords campaign for 9 years, and nobody ever told me about quality score and how that could lower my cost per click and how that could increase my rankings. And so, so understanding what pay-per-click is, and that's what that term means. SEM, search engine marketing. You have a website, you want to make money, so you're going to market it. You're going to market your property or properties on the internet, search engine marketing. Social media marketing, your Twitter, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, YouTube. These are all parts of social marketing. Social media optimization. All right, now you can optimize your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your home page. You can put keywords into your videos for YouTube. So you can optimize your social media properties to then link back to your money pages, to your money sites. So that's a part of internet marketing. And SERPs, our SERP is basically search engine result pages. You type in a term, blue widgets, into the little search box, and what you get back is a SERP, search engine result page for blue widgets. Search engine optimization is not a coin toss. There's two main factors involved with search engine optimization, and that's on-page factors and off-page factors. What you do on your website. Is your title tag correct? Are you using H1 tags properly? And we'll be going over some of those things. And then what you do off your website, having incoming links coming in. Are they reputable links, or are you using link farms? Now, 65% of your traffic, typically on a website, comes from other places, from other websites, from links that you're going to have if your website is built out properly. So what is most important? Well, they're both equally important. You can't have one without the other. If you just concentrate on on-page factors and not do anything on off-page factors, your site's not going to list well in the search engines. Or if you do just off-page factors, your site's not going to convert well, and it's not going to index well in the search engines. So you need both sides of the coin.
Roy, do you consider pay-per-click an off-site factor or a backlink factor?
Well, with pay-per-click, again, a lot of it, to get your quality score high, to get your cost per click, to keep your costs down, is going to be on-page. All right, having your content written properly so it's relevant to what your term is. getting a high quality score. We currently, met with a client that, Thomas, how long have they ran their pay-per-click campaign? That company that's doing the alcohol treatment. They've been doing a pay-per-click campaign for, what, 8, 9 years? Yeah. And they've actually had outside companies manage their pay-per-click campaign, and they're spending upwards, they're bidding on one keyword that's $45 a click. All right?
It's like a garage that's messy and they never want to go in there and look.
Yeah, they said, we run this and we pay all this money for it, but we don't want to look at it. I know we know something, but they've actually had outside companies manage it. So they allowed us to peek in it. Their highest quality score was a 4.
What's the highest you can get? 10.
All right? If your quality score is 5, and you can get it up to above 7 or an 8 or a 9, you'll actually, so let's say that keyword is $45, all right? And right now they're at a quality score of 4, and they're bidding on that term. They're paying $45, and the highest they'll be able to rank, even though they're bidding the maximum price, is probably around 3 or 4. By getting a quality score of 8 or 9 or maybe even 10, they can now have that cost per click, $25, while their competitors are bidding the $45.
Is that because Google sees relevancy in their information?
Yes. They'll go to that page. They'll go to whatever landing page you have. So many people make mistakes by sending all their traffic to their homepage on the pay-per-click stuff, and it's not relevant. You have to, if you're bidding on drug rehab, well, you need to have a page that is optimized for that term, drug rehab. Your ad also has to be optimized for drug rehab. So all these things, factor into one each other. Also, Google's going to say, okay, they went to that page, and are they back? So there's a number of factors that go into this whole equation. But by getting that quality score up, you just chopped your costs down significantly. So this is some things we want to consider as far as on-page factors for search engine optimization. Your domain name. Having a keyword in your domain name is not as important as it used to be, okay? But still you want your domain name to kind of resonate with your visitors, that people can easily remember after they leave your website. Typically, you have to touch somebody 7 times before they ever convert. So that means you're going to have to come back to your website, or you're going to have to email them, or you're going to have to call them up on the phone. You're going to have to touch them 7 times before you convert them into a sale. Now, if you got some website name, blah, 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 was spelled all kind of goofy and, dashes and all this, people are not going to remember that. All right? When people leave your website, they're not going to remember what you had on your website. The only thing they're going to remember is what they felt like. How they felt when they were on your website. Did they like it? Was there something memorable on your website? Was there a reason for them to go back?
So if you had a choice and you're establishing a new domain name and you have a choice of something that does have a keyword in it, would you still do it?
I would do it, yes. I would try to make it memorable. All right? Radar Busters was my money domain when I had selling radar detectors. It was kind of a play off a company called Fuzzbusters, and it worked real well. People remembered that name. And I was also fortunate enough to have a name of Roy, so I could go, Radar Roy. That kind of resonated a little bit. It kind of rhymed. It was rhythmic. I can't even say that word, but it rhymed. All right? That's something that people can remember. Radar Roy is still the 4th most used term in Google for searching for radar detectors. All right, I sold that company now. I sold that company in 2007. All right, that's over 3 years ago. I still consult for the company that bought me out, and we still promote the Radar Roy brand, but the 3rd, 4th most used term for searching for a radar detector. All right, one of the reasons why it's searched because, again, they remember this. My sales really didn't, a lot of my sales really didn't come over the internet, even though I was number 1, number 2. I actually had the 7 top positions in Google when I sold that company. I had 45 websites.